Hello everyone, and welcome back to Apod. This is Apod 9, a revolution. Now, it's been a good couple of months since the last Apod, and for good reason. That was due to summer break and kind of poor planning on my part. But we should be back in full force by the end of this week. A lot has happened, which is what I'm going to take you this podcast on. I don't have anyone on this podcast, unfortunately. Couldn't get anyone on here, but we're going to make that happen. Let's see how good my word is. Either next episode is going to be with someone, or it's going to be another one of these episodes, so we're going to see. But anyway, the last episode was filmed towards the dying days of Capstone. Now, Capstone, I think I've explained, it was the final 3 weeks of my senior year. I get to do a project either on school or I can job shadow, essentially a career choosing, if you will. And I chose to make cabinets for the engineering room, which was a much heavier task than I thought. We finished, thankfully. We actually did finish. You can go visit my Instagram to see the full project. Looked great. I hope they don't take anything down. They should be there for a good couple of years, but I really do hope no one messes them, because that would suck. I put so much effort into them, but that's okay. Now that took up until the end of May, and then we had this kind of little break before graduation. We had the final 1 or 2 weeks off before our graduation day, which I thought was very odd. I didn't know why we couldn't just have graduated and then did capstone, but oh well. We weren't doing anything else at that point. I don't know why we had to stay a little longer. It's like a half vacation. It's like you're on vacation, but you know you have to come back to do something else. It never made sense to me. But anyway, we did graduation, which was definitely underwhelming. It was putridly hot. It was humid. It was 105 degrees that day. It was hot. And we were sitting in the blazing sun for a good 2 hours. And we had to rise early too. We had to rise by 7:30. 7:30 for a graduation. The teachers had to be there as well, and they were arguing. They were more upset than we were. And we stayed until 1 o'clock. I mean, it was a little long. But everything went smoothly. I mean, I wasn't too into it. I just took a few pictures and I booked it. I booked it home. I was actually planning on recording an Apod of everyone's reactions of who, they thought they would graduate, but too tired. I was too drained of my energy sitting in a chair waiting for my name to be called. To even just speak, I couldn't do anything. That drained the energy out of me. But once we got that over, I was happy as happy could be. Then I was through a few grad parties, and that was fun. And then I kind of forgot about Apod for a while, I'll be honest. I kind of went through this short phase of just enjoying, because I know I'm going to be really busy in the next few months, but I'm going to try and make it work. I'm going to try to make it work. Grad parties went great. I tried to do some filming, so you can see that on the shorts page, or I guess if you click off and check the channel, you'll see some shorts. And those were filmed at some grad parties, so yeah, definitely some fun. I probably could have filmed more, but honestly, I wasn't on that. I really didn't care at the point. I'm just so happy that I got that whole year out. But then else, that was kind of June, July, kind of on that high rise. But now this is August. Now I'm kind of putting my head down and trying to get some content rolling, because I really do like this channel and I love recording these Apods. I think they're so much fun. I genuinely don't do anything. I just talk, which I think should be the point of most podcasts. A lot of podcasts have this kind of theme to them. I think that draws away from the fun. You need to have like a open debate or open debacle. It should be a place where someone just narrates just for the sake of narrating. That's what I thought. That's what's fun for this podcast. And I think for the people who have listened to it, did like it. So I'm going to continue. Now, for the people joining this podcast, the last one, Apod 8, I invited a few of my friends. We were playing a card game before that, so we were all amped up. And I'm going to try to get them all again. It's kind of hard to get in touch with them, but we'll try to make it work. I have a few other people also lined up. I mean, other beforehand, if you watched the previous podcasts, you'll know that I just record these in my car. Judging on the audio quality of this podcast, I can assure you it's not going to be as good if this is just the first one you're listening to. That's because I'm in a room right now, not in the car. There's no need for me to be in the car. The car was there because I was, going to and from school, so that's why I need it. But now it's summer, so didn't really need to get the car out. But I have a whole roster of people wanting to come on here. Maybe we can start actually making this a video podcast. We'll see how this goes, but it's me on voice memos talking to a phone, walking in circles. It's about how scripted this podcast gets. It's the first thought that comes up, and that's why I like it so much. And that's why I want to keep doing more of these. And that's why I also want guests, because I think after a while it gets kind of boring. But definitely want to give you guys an update on what's happened so far. Why hasn't there been an episode in so long? But this is why. I think I mentioned previously if Apod 3 is going to come out. I think I'm still going to hold that off. I don't think Apod 3 needs to be released. Just for the sake of the content in that recording. Doesn't need to be there. But we'll see. Maybe I'll release it, maybe I won't. I'll try to do these podcasts maybe every once a week. I think once a week should be good. Depending on how many people, again, I have. The more I have, I think the previous one I had like 3 other guys with me. So it was like one conversation to the next. It was really fun. So we're going to try to do more of that. And as well with the shorts and just regular videos, I'm going to try to put more of those as well. I think the content will be really nice. And that just looks like about it. So yeah, so excited to join back on Apod. But after all, that's about it. That's all I've been doing. That's the whole delay. That's the whole thing. And I'm still going to try to keep these episodes under 10 minutes, so it's nice and easy for you to listen to. You can bang all of these out. But just like that, this Apod has come to a wrap. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day. See you soon.